You and I, we are so random. You bring the darkness to the light, split the atom. I ignore the fact that this will never last. Your words come out so soothing that I forget that this thing is confusing. Having such a blast, but don't ask where my head is at. Cause I'm cruising through the rush of us. I don't care about love, just need your touch. Want you to be my vice, 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 vice. I'm all about your vibe, vibe, vibe. Me and you got that good, yeah, but I'm running like I'm lost in the woods, yeah. I don't really care, cause I just like it here. Me and you can't get enough, no, you know, acted, but I know this is a bluff, though. Having such a blast, but don't ask where my head is at. Cause I'm cruising through the rush of us. I don't care about love, just need your touch. Want you to be my vice, 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 vice. I'm all about your vibe, vibe, vibe. Want you to be my vice, 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 vice. I'm all about your vibe, vibe, vibe. Want you to be my vice, 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 vice. I'm all about your vibe, vibe,
We're falling out, we have reached disaster. Don't know where we're gonna be after. And we do it all again and again and again and again. Again and again and again and again. We're falling, falling down, we faded. But I know that we can save it. Cause we're like alpha and omega. Whatever happens doesn't matter, I know we can sort it out. Alpha and omega. Even if we go all out and break us down, I know we are alpha and omega. Whatever happens doesn't matter, I know we can sort it out. Alpha and omega. Alpha and omega. Like the waves pull you down underwater. We're fun until we hit the bottom. And we do it all again and again and again and again. Again and again and again and again. We're falling down, we faded. But I know that we can save it. Cause we're like alpha and omega. Whatever happens doesn't matter, I know we can sort it out. Alpha and omega. Even if we go all out and break us down, I know we are alpha and omega. Whatever happens doesn't matter, I know we can.
Hello, everybody. How are we doing?
Bloody marvellous.
Sharing your screen. Hiya, guys. Welcome to this week's Rebellious Business Show. I know I'm kind of looking a bit Dennis the Menace today. Yeah, seeing how it goes. I'm seeing how it goes. How are we all doing today? This is your midweek pick-me-up. It is the Rebellious Business Show, and we have a lot in store for you today. And we are live every week, 10:30 a.m. UK time at this place. So today we have, oh, hello. We have some awkward questions for you, so you can watch myself and Cordelia squirm under the spotlight. We also have, we got some some emojis, live emojis going on. We also have some serious business training to help you out, to learn something quick, because we try and give you a lot of value, a lot in not a lot of time. And we also have a lot of fun as well, because we're going to be playing Rebel in the Spotlight, which is where we pit the rebels against each other. Like that seems like the friendly thing to do. So welcome, guys, to the Rebellious Business Show. Hi to everyone on social media, and welcome to everyone in the live audience as well. So I would love for you guys to drop a rebel emoji in the chat, which is this one, if you are with us on social media, on the Zoom call, wherever you are. Now, for a bit of context, my name is Caroline, and I am the co-owner of Rebellious Business with my amazing business partner, Cordelia, who is joining me here today. We both run the Rebellious Business Network together, and it is an absolute joy. I can honestly say that with my whole heart. Love it. And we would love for anyone who is watching this to come join the Rebels. Only if you're a rebel, if you have a bit of a rebellious streak and you want to make some connections and build relationships and learn some really useful skills and access some good connection tools that will help you get clients and build up your contact list and also just have a good time, you've got to join the network. It's the Rebellious Business Network. The link is going to be dropped automatically by the Rebel Fairies, so that if you are not in the Rebellious Business Network, you can join the Rebellious Business Network. Inside there, we have weekly, like every few days, I think, not even weekly, like every other day, we have live expert trainings and events to go to. So not just things where you can learn, but also where you can engage and interact, like co-working and public speaker tips and also trainings as well. We also have an internal networking event that we run there once per month. Well, we have connection, we have lots of things in the Rebellious Business Network. So if you would like to get in there and start rubbing shoulders with the rebels, which is the best way to build relationships, it's not through elevator pitches, it's through genuine connections, then get yourself in there. We'd so love to welcome you in. Unless you're not fun, then we'll boot you out quickly. So I'm just checking where I'm at. Okay, anyone on social media? Have we got any hellos? I'm intrigued. And anyway, Cordelia,
to everybody on socials.
Get involved, Cordelia.
Hello. Welcome.
Hello.
Good
we
to be
keep
here.
promising not to do the voice. We
can.
can.
Yeah, we did promise not to do silly voices. Oh, well, never mind.
You always break your promises to me. I'm joking.
Do I? Wow, that's a bold accusation.
Never. I am now going to distract myself with sharing, because I didn't do the sharing thing. So I'm just going to quickly share. You waffle button.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, one of the first things we are going to be doing today is pulling Jennifer onto the screen, who has been gathering questions from the rebels. And these are supposed to, or designed to be, awkward questions, although we'll answer anything. We're open books. So long as it's PG and suitable for daytime TV, we'll
12 to
answer
15. Sometimes a 12, sometimes a 15. We're not PG.
Well, yes, 12 to 15. Fine. Last week's
veered into 18.
Not very PG. We were answering whether we had ever sold our dirty laundry because we were so desperate for cash. If you want to find out the answer to that question, you need to go and find last week's episode of the show, because we're not going there again. So I wonder what Jennifer has in store for us today. I'm going to pull her out so that you guys can all get to see this beautiful face. Good morning, Jennifer.
Hello. Good morning. How are we, ladies?
Fabulous. How are you?
Marvellous.
You're just happy because you get to make us feel uncomfortable, aren't you?
And Jennifer's also bought a new car this morning, which is another reason why you might be happy.
That's always a great start to the day.
It is. It's not bad. Can't complain. Okay. Can I get a little drum roll?
You hear that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, I didn't hear the drum roll.
Oh, yeah, I know. It was pretty rubbish, but
there was a drum roll. I put a lot of effort into it. It was there. It was dramatic. It added lots.
I've got high expectations going on here. You know, everyone else gets the drum roll. I'm starting to want the drum roll.
Right, hang on. Everybody, just wait a minute. Hold, please. Call it Jennifer. What Jennifer wants Jennifer gets.
I appreciate it. Love
Um,
that.
Yeah, we just need to just waffle for a minute and oh, that's the wrong drum. Okay, hang on. This one's
That's
probably the right drum.
punchline.
There we go.
That could be.
Thank you. Okay, so there's no awkward question today. This is
Okay.
strictly
No.
business related. Okay.
Right.
So this question is from one of our favourite rebels, Robin Lee
Oh!
Nichols.
Not allowed favourites, Jennifer.
Well, she's my
One of
favourite. I
them.
can say favourite. She's my favourite. Okay. Okay. So who wouldn't get a great no what's oh let me start again. Who wouldn't get a great return of investment from your services? And are there certain types of entrepreneurs in no I'm really
you
not
read
getting
it?
this one. One second, let me just start again.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't get a great return of investment from your services? And are there certain types of entrepreneurs in certain niches you just can't help?
Oh yeah.
And she's put in brackets 3 questions, but I'm being a rebel.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, good question. I like it. We've not had any that's like kind of that kind of business related, but that's quite good because I do like the opportunity to like qualify and disqualify. So
Definitely.
someone who wouldn't straight up, who wouldn't get a return on investment, and let's just assume that it's like I think the easiest way to quantify that would be like if you're in a coaching program with us or whatever, is if you're not following the steps, if you're not like active, like I think you have to be really proactive. You have to really like it's not easy. It's not business isn't easy. So yeah, if the people that aren't going to really invest themselves as a starting point, but yeah, I think as a start, I mean, some people just have a
so what
really
you're
easy
saying
ride.
is if you come work with us but you don't do any of the things that we tell you to do, then you're not going to get a return on investment. It's fair to say.
Yeah,
but I think as well in terms of business
that's
types,
a really easy answer, isn't it?
in terms of business types, I would say for me personally, or for the Rebellious business programs that we have, and also for me, I think Caroline's different. She could probably help you with this. Personally, me, I'm like, if you're selling physical products, like on Amazon, and that is your main thing, or you're selling beauty products, or you're selling chocolate, or you're selling, and that is your main thing that you want help to sell more of. Don't know. Sorry. I did have an eBay business once. I imported stuff from China. I hated it so much. I haven't got, do you know what? I don't have the heart and soul to get into it again with someone. I really don't. Caroline, I think would be great at that. You'd be great coming up with messaging for products. You've worked a bit of product stuff before.
Yeah. But
really
again, like
bag,
it's not. It's more because we're trying to create high impact first. So you need to have something that's low cost and high yield. And the most expensive thing is your time. Like you like the thing you can yield the most, because if let's say you invest into products, you're already like, minimum 10 grand in the hole. And so then you have to sell them. And it's like, it's just a different way of approaching business. And it's, I don't know enough about that. But the way we go with like consulting or service-based businesses, you're providing your time, and obviously your time is expensive, but it's quite leverageable financially because you're not putting an investment into stock, so to speak. So it's about this high impact immediate return if you've got like a consulting business. And most people underestimate what they can sell. Like a lot of people undersell themselves. A lot of people feel like putting a high price tag on their time is too audacious, or is like, who am I? There's a bit of imposter syndrome. And so I think part of Rebellious is really about giving like like showing like encouragement to be like, your time is worth like a good amount of money. So we want to encourage you to charge that. And so it's a very easy, quick fix. Not that it's like the only thing, but it's a good starting point to like help someone out. But like there's obviously a lot more.
We are also working with people to create more sort of like passive products or one-to-many programs and stuff. I think like when I think about the applications we've had in the last couple of weeks for working with us on our private coaching program, I've definitely cancelled some calls and rejected a few. and that's because they're just not a good fit. Like, it's just not what we do, and it's not what we teach. And there was someone selling beauty products as an example, just not what we do. We teach people how to sell digital products, whether that's your time or whether that's you creating courses or memberships. It's like digital products that you can take with you anywhere in the world, that you could be traveling around the world and delivering, that you could be doing from home. It doesn't matter. It's just online digital products that are generally service based in terms of, you know, you selling your experience or expertise or knowledge or skills. But yeah, so no, we're not for everyone.
Yeah, we're not. We are a bit Marmite.
But I would say networking is for everyone in a way.
Yeah, I agree. I've actually been looking into a lot of networking keywords because I'm intrigued to, like, you know, to scale our audience in a sense. And it's way more broad of a keyword than I had imagined. And a lot of people network for their career. They network for, well, also I'm coming across a lot of like networking satellite stuff, and I'm like, you know, the tech stuff. I'm like, oh Lord, I'm gonna have to somehow exclude targeting on like networking keywords that are about tech anyway. But yeah, some people, there's a lot of content about networking to improve your career, and I was like, that's interesting. So I mean, yeah, that was interesting for me, because we start in some of our ads or some of our messaging, we don't specifically say business networking. So we might have people.
It's the Rebellious Business Network.
That's true.
It's kind of highlighted, but it's not massively explicit in a way.
Yeah, it's not explicit, but yeah. So
business itself is very broad as well. I mean, there's everything
very
from
broad.
Brothels right up to blooming major corporate. You know, like you could. Del Boy Trotter, he'd refer to it as a business, wouldn't he? His 3-wheeler truck selling blow-up dolls. You know, I mean, it's a very broad term in itself. I think we
Definitely veered into the 15 category this morning.
It's funny though, I don't want to just attract people into the networking event that are a good fit for our private coaching. Like,
yeah, agreed.
I think there are, you know, there's a lot of people that we can really help with our private coaching, and it's a great product, and we do help a lot of people with that. But in terms of networking, it's kind of a different thing. It's about bringing people together that can help each other. And I genuinely, I had this issue, and I call it an issue because it was a very big issue. I thought that I needed to be everything for everyone in terms of being a business coach. I was like, this program needs to incorporate everything. I had a mindset coach on the team. We would build websites for people. We would do this, we would do that. And I had this archetype of who this person was and everything they needed to become the person they were trying to become. And I wanted to fill every category that they needed, from, you know, financial education all the way up to everything, just everything. And I had this realization one day, and I was like, wow, how like self-absorbed I am to think that I can be everything to everyone. It takes a village. It takes a freaking village to raise a child, and it takes a village to raise an entrepreneur too. We need multiple voices. We need multiple mentors. We need multiple authors. We need multiple YouTube channels.
For one network. I'm joking. You don't need just one network.
We need multiple networks. It takes a village. And so one thing I love about the networking side of what we do is it's not about us as mentors. It is about bringing people together that can help each other. And I love that so much.
Yeah. And that's why as well, within the network itself, it's not all about the client side of things and the marketing side of things, which is what we do more professionally and what we do more like bespoke and you know, as part of our packages. I suppose the networking side of things is much more about connections, because what the one thing you can guarantee from everyone networking is they want to meet people. Like, I can't guarantee that every single person that comes to the networking events wants clients or wants, like, I can't guarantee that. I actually met someone recently who said, oh, I go because I want to meet people because it's very isolating. It's like, so technically our packages don't serve that person, but the networking event, which is free, does. And so that's a much broader audience.
Yeah.
So networking, we help everyone basically. But yeah, packages more specific.
To a certain extent. There is a line, I'm sure.
Where's the line?
But yeah, it's much more open. Well, the line is generally you need to have a business. I would say that's the line.
Okay, okay, there we go. We've got the line. We've got the line.
We got that as our line.
Probably needs to be a bit rebellious as well.
Yes, and that as well. Yeah, you used to be rebellious and you have a business. That's, you know.
The end. Now you can put the drum. And
also, whether you're rebellious or not, it's very subjective. I mean, it's up
yeah,
to
I
you
know.
guys.
I think everyone you can choose what that means, everyone. So really, it's not
what
even
I
a
mean.
line. It's more like a. It's more
You
like a
just gotta be
cloud.
like, yeah, that's me. I could see myself as rebellious.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Jennifer, does this answer your question? Do you feel satisfied with
I
that
do
answer?
feel very satisfied, and I hope everybody is very clear with that answer.
And also shout out to Robin for the question.
I know, and sorry for messing up that, Robin. It took me 3 attempts, but I got there eventually. Please keep them coming. I'm dropping the link everywhere on socials as well as the Zoom chat. Keep dropping in your awkward questions because I love it. Let's make them awkward as well. Well, they can be anything, but I love them awkward and juicy. It gives me a slight thrill. But
maybe we should call it the open book.
yeah, all that.
I have been thinking about like, yeah, like I have been thinking about like refining the segments, but we've only just launched it as it is. I'm like, no. But yeah, I think that the open forum, maybe. Anyway, no. That's so lame. Open book is better, isn't it?
Yeah, whatever you want to know, Rebels, let us know and we will.
Literally.
What's it? The thumb screws.
What?
You know, when you put the thumb screws on someone, it's to get information out of them. It's the one non-animal aggressive thing I've got. Martin's going, oh Lord. I see Martin in the audience, like, okay, open forum. That's nicer.
Yeah, open book, open forum. Cool. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, ladies.
Lots of love.
All right.
Cool beans. That was fun.
It was fun. No, not the accent. Sorry. So, have we got any?
Sorry.
What's anyone saying on the old Facebooks?
The old book of faces.
Pretty quiet. Pretty quiet on Facebook. It's all right.
YouTube. Is there anyone live on YouTube?
I haven't even looked at YouTube yet.
Do you know what? Me and Caroline, fun story. Not very fun at all. I mean, Caroline went live on YouTube for the first time a few weeks ago. Yeah. And, it was really traumatic. It was a horrible traumatic. Yeah, it was for me. I was so traumatized. We were a bit jerky. Is it you or is it me?
I was like post-traumatized.
I was traumatized. Yeah, I think Caroline's gone a bit jerky. Has anyone else seen Caroline jerky?
Is it my HD? Have I even got the HD? I don't even got.
It might be
it on.
HD.
Because someone let us. I haven't even got the HD. I haven't even got the HD on.
Oh, I don't know. I upgraded.
I've got this new fancy fast internet. And it's going rubbish.
I upgraded Zoom and then I clicked a button to make everything be HD, and ever since then, Caroline's video's been laggy.
Yeah, ever since then. But I did actually. Oh, we got 4 people on there, and I know that's not huge numbers, but we haven't been doing anything with YouTube, so it's nice that we've so that's good. This is, and also, if you to everyone here,
if you are watching on YouTube, I'd love you to send us just write something nice in the chat, because I need to build my confidence back up to go and look at it again. Like genuinely, the first time
we have had nice things on. I'll share some for you.
We got mega trolled in a sexual way. Like, it was awful. I am terrified to go and look at the YouTube chat again. So look, guys, if you're one of the rebels and you're on YouTube and you're seeing that, please just go write something nice and just help me go back to looking at comments.
We've had some nice comments. I'll have to remember to share them with you, because we have had some nice things.
Oh, good. Because I haven't looked since that day. I'm like, no, I'm not looking anymore. I'm not looking.
Oh, John, we got John Denley who said Cordelia is awesome. Thanks, John.
Oh, thanks, John. That's what I needed.
All right, I'll just chop liver. I'm joking.
That was requesting the niceness.
True. Caroline's glitchy. That's what he's going to say. But yeah, so lovely. Excelente.
Right, but yeah, also I better crack on. I've got a bloody training to deliver, Caroline.
Oh yes, okay, that's true. It's true. Right. So, hope everyone's enjoyed this opening. And also, just clarify, whoever's there, can you tell me if it's me that's glitchy or Cordelia that's glitchy? Just need to know. I don't know what to solve about that. But anyway,
Jennifer
so
said it was you, but then she's
it's
here on my
me.
internet, so she's not really the best test.
But if everyone else who's like non-biased, I mean, Martin sent me some unsolicited advice telling me to close programs. Like they're all closed. Thank you, Martin. Thank you for
Oh,
that.
I love it.
Close unused programs. Wow. You know, yes, I have closed them all. So yes, no more of that. We have some training to deliver. We have some really important educational content to deliver to you, because that is the part of the show where you're going to learn some stuff and get some takeaways. So Cordelia, I know I sort of planned this, but I have no idea what it's about anymore. So will you come forward and tell us, and then I will set a timer.
I am forward. I am here.
You
So
are
before
forward.
we get into this, which by the way is going to be a disobedient client acquisition strategy, which is as sexy as it sounds, I want to ask you a question, which is, where are you right now in relation to one of these three statements? I want you to drop an A or a B or a C in the chat. And for those that can't process audio stuff like me, I'm going to also drop these in the chat for you to read, because if someone asked me three things, I would be like, I can't remember what the first one is. I need to see stuff. So if you are A, it means you have got your funnels built and you are now just focusing on populating them and maybe even scaling them. If you are B, you are thinking about or starting to build a funnel. If you are C, you're like, funnels? Well, that's somewhere in my future plan. That is somewhere coming up. Jennifer, my love, would you be able to copy the A, B, or C written things over into socials? And those of you on socials, please do join in, because I'm going to go and have a look there as well. So today we are going to be talking about a disobedient client acquisition strategy. And essentially, if you are somebody that has written an A in the chat, I want you to share your advice for those who dropped a C in the chat, which is, what is a great tip? And you don't need to do this now, but just, you know, as we go through, I'm going to read these out afterwards. But what is a great tip that you could share that would help the people that dropped a C in the chat get clients without having a funnel? No pre-building. Like if you were going straight back to basics, pre-funnel days, and you needed to get a client, what's one thing that you did that worked? And what's one tip that you can share? If you dropped a B in the chat, you need to be at tomorrow's Marketing Machine webinar. We are running a webinar called The Marketing Machine, and I'm going to walk through with you setting up a machine for getting clients on repeat that is going to help you to start using those automations. Dropping the link in the Zoom chat, and Jennifer will send that over to socials for me. And if you dropped a C in the chat, you, my friend, you're in the right place. Oh, by the way, for Bs, you need to come to tomorrow's webinar, but this is also going to really help you, because we don't need to wait for funnels and automations to be built before we can strategically get clients without relying on referrals. Okay, so if you dropped a B in the chat, you're in the right place too. If you dropped a C in the chat, you're in the right place. And you also probably need the Marketing Machine webinar tomorrow, because we need to start doing these things early on so that they are there in place for us down the line, and we can thank ourselves for having set up the tech, because it is going to help. But again, you do not need this in place right now to get clients.
So Cordelia, you now have 15 minutes.
Woohoo! If you want to scale, if you want to automate, if you want to build your business, funnels, automations, and scalable strategy is what you need. Tomorrow, that's at the Marketing Machine. But if you're in a place where you're not ready for that, or if you just need a few clients now without building anything new, essentially, this is going to really help. Okay, so drop your tips in the chat if you're an A. I'm going to come back to those. I've got 3 strategies for you right here that we're going to go through. So the rebellious fix for getting clients now without building anything new is the disobedient client acquisition strategy. So we're going to break some rules, and we're going to use what you've already got. and we're going to win clients in a way that feels real and reliable, and it's reliable as well. So when I say real, I mean this is not like salesy icky stuff. We don't do things salesy icky in Rebellious. It's just not the way we do things. Okay, we send a lot of emails, I know, guilty, we've got a lot of stuff we need to tell you about, and I know some people find that a little bit over the top, but we're not pushy, we're not salesy, we're not getting on calls and twisting the knife, we're not doing things that are really like clever and sneaky and manipulative. And I know that our rebels are people that are in our audience, people that are a part of our programs, people that we work with, they don't want to be like that. They see all these DMs coming in their inbox and like, oh, I don't want to be that person. And so, you know, often it feels like you've either got to do that stuff or you've got to be behind. And so it's absolutely not the case. All of this stuff today is going to be non-salesy, but it is going to require, it's all Barry Big Bollocks stuff, right? You've got to put yourself out there. You've got to get out your own way. You've got to declare that you're a business owner and you've got something for sale. You've got to offer things to people. You've got to actually walk up to people and have conversations. You've got to reach out. You've got to make the first move. And that is scary sometimes. But that's the only way it's going to work, because we can't sit on a sand dune somewhere hoping that the flock is going to come. And we know that, right? Manifestation is great. There's a place for it. Gets you in the right positive frame of mind to see opportunities when they come up and not just have this negative outlook on life, because you can't see opportunities when you're in a negative headspace because they all look like a message from the devil. But it's not going to be the thing that gets your clients and people coming to you, right? You've got to take action as well. So in positive headspace, and we take action. So look, strategy number 1 is the boobs out strategy. Okay, so here's the first one. This is the first rule that we are breaking, and it is waiting for perfection. You don't have time for that. Perfection comes from taking action, and even then it doesn't really ever get quite perfect. You cannot move towards it though if you don't take action. And I believe as we take action, we peel back the layers on who we are, what we're about, what works, what doesn't work, what people need, what people don't need. And that only happens through taking action. So waiting for perfection, in the bin. You don't have time for that. No one's got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Do you remember that? That video, I absolutely love that. I know all the words to the song. It's really sad. So the boobs out strategy is about going for it with what you've got right now. And when I started out, I didn't have a website. I had an email list, but it was the wrong people. Like, it wasn't my audience that I needed for this business. It was an email list from a previous business, and those people just weren't really relevant. But what I did have is I had skills and I knew people that needed them. Why did I know people? Because I was networking, I was in business environments, I was connecting with people. And to be honest, that was enough. And also, to top that up, I went to networking events as well. And so I reached out to people. In fact, one of the first things I did when I started out as a consultant was I made a list of everybody I knew that could potentially need what I have. I made this long list. And for some of these people, I had their telephone numbers, and some of these people I did not. Some of these people I just had emails, and some of these people had social media accounts, but I made a list with whatever contact details I had. And the ones I had telephone numbers for, I rang them. So, you know, I reached out, and it's not about being salesy. It's not about getting on the phone and being like, hi, I have a product to sell. Are you experiencing this problem? Like, these are people that I knew, for God's sake. Like, there is rapport there. I'm not just going to ring them up and be salesy. It's going to really break rapport. It's going to be weird. They're going to be like, Cordelia, are you feeling all right? Have you banged your head? What's going on with you? You're being weird. Just real conversations and checking in with them and seeing how I could help. So I want you to, like, think about, who have you got in your existing audience that you can reach out? It's the easiest thing you can do. Go through your Facebook friends. Go through your phone book. Look at your contacts. If you've got a little email list, great, go through that. Go through like Facebook messages, Instagram messages. Have a scroll through. That's where I gathered all these people from. I made a list. There's about 100 of them by the time I scoured everywhere and made this list. And what I did was I just started ringing them. I just started calling them. or I just started reaching out and just started connecting with them. And I'll keep a note of who I'd spoken to and who I hadn't spoken to. And to be honest, I am a very messy person. I started keeping a note. I didn't keep up with keeping notes. Jennifer wants to kill me on a regular basis because I do not keep up with keeping notes. And I used to be a nurse, and it was my job to keep notes on every single patient. And I was that nurse that was still in the hospital after my shift finished, writing bloody notes. I'm terrible at keeping up with writing notes on things. But it's helpful with the ones that I do remember, because I get to look back and go, oh yeah, I had a conversation with this person on this date about this. And, you know, for following up, that's really helpful. So if you feel like you need clients right now, I promise you there are people around you that need what you do and that know you, that you can reach out to and start having conversations. And it is ballsy, but you just need to, step one, take this one step at a time. Because if you think about the phone calls, you'll put yourself off. So step one is, okay, I'm just going to gather a list of people I know that might potentially need what I do. And just write that list. That list might be 5 people long. It might be 100 people long. It doesn't really matter. The point is, make a list and start contacting those people. So that could be, just to give you a head start, that could be past clients, people that you've worked with before. Don't forget those guys. They might need you again. It could be old colleagues that you've worked with before in previous jobs. It could be people that you've been networking with. It could be people that you've been chatting with. It could be like mums from the school that you go to. Like, who do you know? Really have a think. And then I want you to write that list. And honestly, if you're going to commit to doing that, because it's all very well coming and listening to people telling you advice, but then it's another thing taking action. I want you to type the word done, because me and Caroline talk about stuff as though we've already done it. Type the word done in the chat if you're going to go and gather a list this week. Okay, maybe you won't call them this week, but you're going to get that list of prospects that you could reach out to and gather those people into one spot, because there could be a good number of clients sitting in that list waiting for you to reach out to them. You just never know. And if you don't try, you don't know. So type done in the chat if you are going to go for that. I don't know where the chat is. I've lost it. Oh, it's here. Hello. Done. We got 2 dones. We got 3 dones. Have we got any dones on socials? Let me know, guys. I would love to know. Fantastic. Okay, strategy number 2 is finding your rebel community. So the next rule we're going to break is like thinking that social media ads or endless content is your fast pass to clients is going in the bin. Really and truly, if you want to get clients quickly from what you have right now, you need to just show up, and you need to just be helpful, and you need to make friends. And that is honestly what I did at the start. I was a part of a couple of communities because I had got into those communities. Some were pay to play, some were just networking environments and were free to join. And I picked a couple of them and I showed up. And I showed up not by posting promotional posts or being pitchy. I showed up by being helpful. You know, you can go and pump money into ads, and you can build funnels, and you can do all these things. But if you're right at the beginning, like, it's just unnecessary. You want to really build relationships with people and start building a foundational audience. Our ads are quite cheap now, and we do run ads now, and we do have funnels now, and we do pump people into landing pages and whatever now, because, you know, we're in a different place. But that is served massively by the years of graft that I put into building a strong foundational audience. Why? Because with Facebook ads and also Google ads, you can create audiences that are based on your existing contacts. And we get really cool people coming along to our networking events off the back of the ads that we put out, which is created from a lookalike audience, from the foundational audience that we've spent a long time building. If you just go straight into cold ads, you miss out on that really important step. It gets cold, it gets harsh really quick. And it's complicated, and it's expensive, and it's a lot to test a lot of money to spend on testing, when really what you need is just a handful of people that you get really close with and get to really understand and know them really well. So one of the best ways you can do that is by going into a community and establishing yourself as a member of that community. Like I said, not by being pushy or promotionally is not the right word, but you know what I mean. Not by pushing your promotions, not by being salesy, not by telling people, giving unsolicited advice, just by showing up and being helpful. If you see someone's got a question, answering it, posting content that is tips, steps, ideas, replying to people's posts that they've posted, because they're definitely looking at their likes and comments and seeing how many they got. And if you're one of the people that are supporting them and saying nice things under their posts, they're going to remember you for that, right? And you're going to become well known. And these things don't take very long. It actually feels really great when you establish yourself as a member of a community as well, because you really start to make a lot of friends. So, you know, the secret sauce to doing that, I see people come in and actually do this the wrong way around. And it is a little bit like, because they come in and they try and sell, and they make everything all about the money, and they make everything all about the sales. And the problem is that everybody's seeing them do that, and everyone's thinking, oh God, it's so uncomfortable. And you don't end up making like real solid friends in that group. And it kind of doesn't aid your long-term plan of being a well-known member in that community and having loads of people come to you and ask you for help. What I did is, when I'm in these communities, I wasn't there to pitch, I showed up to help. And when you lead with value, what happens is people notice, and before long they start coming to you. So find a group or a community. I mean, the Rebellious Business Network is the obvious one I'm going to mention, because we've got the Facebook group, but we've also got the school community. We're currently building up the school community. The great thing about the school community is it's small right now. We've only just started building it. Really easy to become well known and be seen in there, get to the top place on the leaderboard, be the one that has their name sat there all the time. Small group, much easier to become an established, well-known member of that group and become the go-to person for your expertise. Larger group, a bit more work to do, but still easy. I've been in a community of 3,000 people and become very well known in that community just by being helpful. So if you're part of a community where you've got potential clients that hang out, I want you to answer me this. Write this down. What is one way that you could show up in that community and be helpful this week? And I know it's like, yeah, but that's not going to get me clients right now. But it is going to get people seeing you. It's going to get you noticed. It's going to get people coming to you as that expert. How can you show up and be helpful this week? One way. Just come up with one way this week that you could show up and be helpful. And the last three rule-breaking client acquisition strategies is to be bold and just flipping offer what you've got. Look, here's the thing. I think sometimes we try and be too clever with marketing. We hide things behind landing pages and webinars, and we hide things behind value that then has a pitch and then has an offer that then has an open doors and closed doors or whatever. Those things work. They're great. We use them all the time. They're bloody brilliant. The quickest way to start winning clients is just to make a bold offer. You've probably got people in your audience right now. As we said, with the telephone numbers thing and making a list, you've probably got people that need what you do. When was the last time you went onto social media and you actually posted an offer for your service? You said, I have this program. It helps these people with this problem. Here's the link to book in a call to discuss it. Now, look, that might not sound like the most high converting social media post in the world, but you've got to have it written somewhere what you do and a way for people to inquire about it. Because if you don't, you're really, really missing out. If you hide everything behind fancy funnels and webinars and landing pages and lead magnets, and you know, you got to get to email 5 in the funnel before you find out what it is that you do, then it's just gonna prolong and hinder the sale in a sense. Sometimes we get so caught up in the details. We forget the simple thing. People cannot buy from you if they don't know what you're offering. I've got an example of this. I had a client, successful client, really successful because she was really bloody good at what she did. And the reason why she was really successful because she was really bloody good at what she did is because everyone spoke about her and she got loads of referrals. But the problem with referrals is that they're a bit like buses. Sometimes loads come at once and then you have a bit of a famine. It's not reliable, you can't rely on them, but they are nice, right? We want them, but they're just as a sole strategy, not something that we want to basically completely rely on. So we were working together to put a marketing machine together, essentially, to put a system together so she could get repeatable clients and, you know, have these strategies in place for her to cultivate her leads and blah, blah, blah. And one of the first things we did was we just put an offer out on social media. And that offer was the first step of her one-to-one coaching program. And it was just offering a one-to-one call to help people with this problem and also to discuss her program. She got 14 calls booked off the back of that post. One post that went out on Instagram. She got 14 calls. Prior to that, she'd been putting value posts on Instagram, tips, tricks, inviting people to her in-person events and all that kind of thing. She'd been, you know, really putting lots of stuff on social media, but she hadn't put an offer for that before. She got 14 sales calls in the diary, and 4 of them converted into one-to-one clients. And also another 5 of them became the group for her first group coaching program that was actually in the plan for a few months down the road, which we then went, right, we'll just start that now then, because we haven't got any more one-to-one spaces at the moment. And she launched that now. And all she did was she put a post out saying, I've got an offer. Who is interested in talking to me about this? And she got 14 calls booked. The thing is that, you know, not everybody needs to go through lead magnets. Not everybody needs to be warmed up. There are some people that are already warm. There are some people that already trust you. There are some people that already know what you do and they know what their problem is and they just need your call. I laughed then because for some reason my head went mating call. No, Cuddy, you're not a blooming an animal in the African desert somewhere. Not a mating call, just a call, just to like, I've got this available. Would you like it? Right? Okay, I've made it sound weirder. Moving on. So what I want you to think about is, what could you offer? What could you go on social media and offer? And just put it in the diary, put a date in the diary. This is the date in the diary that I am going to put this offer out and I'm going to offer this thing. That's my deadline. That's the date that the post has to go out. What's going to happen then is subconsciously, you're going to build up to it. You're going to think about it more and more. And you're going to come up with ideas for how you're going to write that post. And you're going to have a deadline. And if you're like me, you're going to really appreciate that because you're a deadline dancer and you need a deadline in order to move yourself. Okay. So give yourself a deadline, date in the diary, and a time to actually put this post out. And in the meantime, you've then got some time and some space to create the post. It's just going to be really simple. Offer what it is that you do and put it out there with a link for people to book in a call with you to discuss. What's the worst that could happen? No one books in. Okay, well, I mean, you didn't lose anything. You didn't gain anything, but you didn't lose anything either. And we can build on that. It's fine. We can build on that, but you don't know if you don't ask. So that's it. 3 ways to break the rules, win clients quickly without needing a flawless system. There are so many more. If you ever hear us shouting about a NABA client toolkit, listen up and grab it, because there are loads more in there that are really, really powerful. But for now, what I would love for you to do is just let me know what is one action step. And listen, if you're in group A, there's still an action step in there. You need clients right now and your next launch isn't until November, but you'd quite like a client, you could still do one of these. It's maybe not the community one. You might not have time for that, but the bold promotion, offer some one-to-one calls. Why not? Pop an action step into the chat that you're going to take off the back of listening to this, because I know there are so many trainings out there and so many webinars and so many networking events with little informational segments, but you know, we can watch them or we can watch them and implement something. We can't implement everything, but if we implement one thing from every session we go to, we're going to be testing a lot of new things. So pick one thing, drop it in the chat for me. What is one thing that you are going to implement off the back of that? Caroline, how am I doing for time?
5 minutes over.
Oh shit, never mind. Well,
Never
there we go.
mind. Well, it was fantastic. I also found, like, I decided I wanted studio lights. So if anyone's watching this confused because my lighting has changed, I was just playing. I was like, oh, I like this. This looks fancy.
If anyone has noticed your lighting changed, I'm impressed. Attention to detail.
Hey, there are some people that just do not stop looking at my thumbnail.
I wonder if we had any tips. Did we have any tips from the group A's? Oh, going.
We did have a question, which was, did you just call spontaneously or arrange a time to speak? This was for the first rule that you broke.
Oh no, call spontaneously. And they'll be, hey, is this a good time?
Well, that's audacious,
shall
isn't it?
Or can we get a time in the diary to catch up? But yeah,
I love it. We've got a post with clear calls to action, helping others at networking. This call has been a reminder to get back out and be helpful in communities. Yes.
Nice. We've got a tip from Robin as well, by the way.
Okay, hold on.
She says,
go live on your John says I'm going live on my profile to share a story about a lost dog.
Are these action steps?
I'm not sure. Where's Robin's one? I can't see Robin's.
Well, I've just scrolled up under the A, B's and C's. So I've got Robin giving a tip, which is go live on your Facebook page. Maybe don't start on YouTube, but if you don't have a funnel, going live is a really powerful way to build relationships.
Yeah, YouTube's a mean and scary place.
But YouTube's mean and scary. Or maybe that's what that was related to.
Oh yeah, probably. All right. Well, I think we've got to get moving on. We have got to get moving on because this is the whole point of this show, really. This is all about bringing the rebels together and showcasing who they are and getting people in the audience to know some of the rebels that we've got in our network and among our ranks. So we have a new victim or a rebel in the spotlight today. I'm so excited about this. We've got Natalie. Natalie is going to be our new victim. So this is a part of the show where we play a rebel version of Would I Lie to You? So Natalie, who is going to be our victim, is going to share a story or a statement which may be true or may not be true, which Jennifer has allocated. So Jennifer's told Natalie whether she's telling a truth or a lie, and Natalie's going to come and tell us this. And the three rebels on the panel will try and figure out, will try and anti-bluff her. If she's telling the truth, they've got to try and figure it out if she's telling the truth. If she's telling a lie, they've got to figure out if she's telling a lie. So they've got to try and guess correctly whether she's lying or telling the truth. And Natalie, where is your... Oh, Natalie is your secret weapon for building a profitable email list around your service without burning out. And we have a little line. But will her skills in list building help her build a believable bluff, or will the panel unsubscribe from her story? And we have a course, which is an invisible. Wait, what's it? Invisible selling experienceify. Anyway,
yes,
the link.
Yeah, it is. That's actually launching in November. In the meantime,
fabulous.
Thank you. And in the meantime, people can get my mini course for free. The promotion is in the Rebels, and you guys have got the link today. So go along, have a look at the mini course, which I literally put together over the weekend. But it actually incorporates a lot of the advice you guys have been talking about today.
Fabulous. Okay, well, okay, we'll get that link for you. We also have a list of panelists. Can you bring the panel forward, Cordelia?
Give me a name. I'm ready.
We have got Mr. John Drinkwater. I'm trying to get all the things in. Oh, there we go. Mr. John Drinkwater, please come forward with a real drink. Mr. Drink. Hey, okay. Interesting. Well, we'll bring Danielle Phillips forward instead. Is Danielle here? Have we got anyone else here? Danielle, and we've got Martin as well, and we might need to drag someone else in. Danielle. Hello, my love. So, Danielle is a very highly sought after freelance PA, partnering with executives and entrepreneurs to streamline their workload and drive business growth. Can she delegate the truth to the spotlight, or will her precision and planning help her out with the panel? She has a delegation checklist, which you can access by clicking the link coming into the chat right now. Have I got? There we are. Oh, Jennifer's dropping it in. And we've, of course, got Martin Vincent, who is quite harsh on the rebels and typically in the panel can be quite challenging. So Martin is an SEO consultant and graphic designer who's all about making Google love your site. But will his skill at ranking websites help him rank a believable bluff for his SEO king about to get indexed by the rebel in the spotlight? For those of you wanting to sit in the SEO hot seat, we've got a form for you to fill in and and apply, and the link is coming into the chat right now as well. And I'm going to get Cordelia. Is it unfair to have you as the third panelist?
Yes, it is. She knows me.
Okay, fine. Oh, okay, fine. If it was John Denley again, we'd have said no.
But I feel Danielle needs some support here, because Martin's going to think she's lying. Martin's going to think Natalie's lying.
Yeah,
Charlene.
I think Charlene.
You coming forward, Charlene?
Get involved, yes. Charlene.
Oh, brilliant. Right, here she is. Charlene Thompson, ladies and gentlemen.
Charlene, by any chance, do you have a lead magnet available?
Yes, I do.
Fabulous.
No, I've been working on a couple, so yes.
Great.
Charlene is your sales processes queen. She helps you look at your entire sales process, from where you get your leads from all the way up to how happy your customers are, and helps you tighten up the entire system and journey to make it a lot more watertight, a lot more high converting, and a lot more sexier. There you go. How about that off the top of my head? Was that
Thank you very much. I'll take it. Yeah. Thank you.
We like to get to know our rebels. Yeah, Charlene, if you could drop a link in the chat, we would love to. We would love to get people into whatever free resource you can share with them. And I know it's going to be amazing value. So, Cordelia, do you have sound at the helm ready?
I do. I'm ready. Although, what do I need sound effect wise at this point? Nothing. So it's fine.
Nothing. Natalie, let's just go for it.
Okay, I'm going to dive in.
Yes.
So, going back in the midst of time, one of my parents had cancer. Obviously, they all sorted it out, they got clear, but I decided I was going to run the London Marathon for cancer research. And I wasn't going to do it in a normal way. I was going to do it whilst wearing a rubber dinghy. So I rocked up and I managed that in 4 hours and 42 minutes back in 2012. This was before I had kids, so I actually had the time to do running. So my question to you, is that true? Is that false?
Oh, hang on. Now, I must say, in the audience, we have someone who is going to be able to help us. Sarah Jones is a marathon mindset coach, and she's here with us on Zoom. So Sarah, please do feel free to help the panel with your questions about this. The panelists are going to ask Natalie 2 questions each, but we really want the audience to get involved too, because sometimes it's hard being put on the spot as a panelist, and you need some help with question ideas. So please drop any questions that you would ask in the chat. Also, we're going to get a question from the audience after the panelists have done 2 questions each. So we'll be looking to you guys to pull a question from one of you. So please do share your questions in the chat. Caroline, do you want Natalie to elaborate? Or, I mean, I think that was pretty elaborative.
I think it's good. I think it's good. I think we're beyond the elaboration now. I love it.
Great.
So Martin,
okay. Anyone got questions?
Martin.
How big was this thing that you carried, the rubber dinghy? I'm thinking, well, huge, great things that they come over the actual English.
No, oh God, no, Martin, I wouldn't do that. No, this was a child's one. It actually started when my sister said as a joke, you should do it in a boat, because she didn't think I was capable of running an entire marathon. This is the first time I'd done the whole 26 miles, done 10K and what have you, and even a half before in Birmingham. But she went, I think you're not going to do this. I think you should take a dinghy and go up the Thames, and I'll pay for that. And I said, right, challenge accepted. So I've got one of the small ones, like a child-sized one. You can actually fit in the swimming pool. And you know how the bit at the bottom, the rubber bit, is really, really thick, thin and flexible? I cut a hole in it. And then I gaffer taped, it looked really, really stupid. I gaffer taped the two straps to the dinghy on either side, so I could hold it on my shoulders or hold it there. And I just ran, bouncing down the road with it on. And the worst of it was, I didn't even have the worst costume there. There were people with bananas on their heads who were lapping me. So there we go. The plus side was my sister promised me she would pay me a £5 for every mile I ran with a damn dinghy on. So between her and several of my friends in my workplace, I managed to raise over £800.
Nice.
Thank you.
That answer your question, Martin. Look at him. He's looking all. No. Oh, okay.
Oh, such a skeptic. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you. Honestly, 4:42, I generally thought it was going to be over the 5-hour mark. I was just basically slipping on. Yeah, I was quite sure for myself.
Sarah just referenced in the chat that that's a respectable time. So
Yes.
that's a bit of kudos for you.
That's too fast. You ran it too fast.
Just you.
Yeah, sorry. Can
you?
Sorry, can you clarify? Did you say the thing was to run carrying the rubber dinghy, not to row it? And that was in 4 minutes.
No, I was running with it around my waist. Basically, okay. I cut a hole in it, and it's inflatable, so it doesn't sound as heavy as it was. We're talking a child's inflatable here, which I was basically bouncing around in. So that's what happened.
Okay.
And Cordelia's asking, did it keep wriggling and did you have to keep pulling it up? Yes. The worst bit at the end of the day, Cordelia, was taking it off, and there was actually a perfect circle of red rash marks around me where it'd been rubbing up and down against the t-shirt. God. I know. I was really annoyed at that. After spending all that money on special running socks and breaking in the shoes, 2 pairs of shoes, I managed to avoid too much in the way of blisters, but I ended up with an entire blister ring around my midsection. Aww. So, hint to anyone planning to run a marathon, don't be stupid like me and do that.
All right. Well,
Was it your
Danielle, did you have another question? Was that you just clarified, but I feel like you had a question that you wanted to ask.
Yeah.
What was the question?
Ask
it.
Yeah, sorry. Where was the marathon? Did you say where the marathon was already?
London.
Where in London?
Where in London? It started at Greenwich, went all the way around Charlton and finished at Buckhouse.
Okay.
Sorry.
I want to ask you, did you say how many?
Martin is thoroughly convinced.
Charlie, do you have a question for Natalie?
All my 7 miles, okay.
It's too fast.
I honestly, Martin, 4 hours 42. Amateur runner managed it. Remember, like dinghy.
Right, so I'm going to move on to Charlene and then Martin and then Danielle again. Charlene.
Did you say if that was your first marathon or not?
It was my first marathon, but not my first long run. I've done half marathons and 10Ks before that. And so it's absolutely right. Nothing new on race day. That was my mistake. I thought it'd be okay. I thought it's just an inflatable. Who cares? So yeah, I paid for that dearly.
Martin, come on. You might need to get the thumb screws on her.
I love Martin. I love his expression.
I love.
I don't know. I might be swaying towards the truth now because she's done a few of these runs. I thought, well, that'd be pretty quick if you hadn't run before, but you've done some half ones. So I mean, that is bloody good time. I take about 40 weeks to do that, but yeah. Yeah.
Don't use yourself
I'll
as a
stop at every pub and have a pint.
Martin, darling, what is your question?
Oh, sorry, I went off a bit of a tangent there, didn't I? Sorry. What's my question? How high is Mount Everest?
Oh, for goodness sake,
I have
Martin. You're
absolutely no idea.
It's
right. That's your
29,028
question.
feet.
That's your question. Right, Danielle. Martin squandered his question.
Did
He
you
is
say
now
how
being
many?
muted.
Did you say how
Yeah.
many miles it was already?
Yeah, 26 miles.
It was 26
Mm-hmm.
miles. How much money did you raise?
Just 800. No, in retrospect, yes, I probably could have raised more. But this was more about a grudge match between me and my sister. I was determined to prove her wrong. So, you know, the character
yes.
research side was kind of my way into London Marathon. It's like, yeah, I'm doing this and I'm raising a bit of money. And the rest of me is going, I'm going to bloody well show you. Just to explain, my sister is in the army. And just this year, she's completed a triathlon. So, you know, it was a tiny bit competitive in the family.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
What time of year was it? Marathon.
What time of year? April. The springtime.
All right. Okay. Have we got any bonus questions?
Any questions in the chat? Let's have a look. How did you get the place?
I applied through my
Sarah
running
Jones.
club.
Okay.
I was with the Birmingham Runners at the time. A fair number of places come up each year, and you can get them through the clubs. And I was lucky enough to get a lottery place.
Nice.
A mushroom place.
Yeah, the Birmingham Running Club is, basically says if you want to do it, first you've got to prove that you can put the miles in. You've got to do a minimum for half, and then put your name in for the lottery for London Marathon.
Right. Okay. Well,
yeah.
Marvelous.
Are we all?
It's really hard to go in a single. Yeah.
Doesn't matter if we feel like we know the truth or not. We're out. That's it. You're
no more.
You've got all your information, guys. We're gonna vanish, and you're gonna be given some time. Oh, okay, Martin. Eating your words. We're all gonna vanish. How long do they have, Cordelia? 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Although I reckon we can probably do it in one.
Yeah.
Yes.
So.
Caroline, I'm going to start the timer.
Start the timer, and you guys can see in the audience. Go on, team.
Right. Well, that sounds rather plausible. She's a part of the club, but is this a slight thing to get us going and think, oh yes, she's ran before and she could do this in that time, which is about right, I suppose. Or is it one of those weird ones that's going to be false? I don't know. She didn't look around. You see, she didn't make things up or look down or up or to the side. So I'm not sure.
I feel like she's either telling the truth or it's half true. Like it wasn't a dinghy, or
she didn't run.
It wasn't that right time or something. But yeah. I feel like a part of it, at the very least, is true.
I think she probably did run in the marathon, but you're right. She may have worn a banana hat. We don't know, do we?
It's either going to be true or false.
I think she said that was her first marathon, although she's done like longer runs. But 26 miles is quite far. 26
it's a hell of a way. It's like you die of that.
So to do 26 miles in 4 hours 40 odd minutes.
Very good.
Yeah, but that's quite fast.
That's 6 miles an hour, about.
I feel like to walk 20 minutes.
13, no, about.
I feel like a 20-minute walk is that a quarter of a mile. That's just
20 minutes walk. You're walking at 4 miles an hour. No, 4 miles an hour. 4 miles an hour. It's an hour. 80 minutes to be an 80 mile.
No, I'm saying when I used to walk to school, it was a 20-minute walk, and I was told that it's a quarter of a mile away.
No, it's more than that. Or if you ran, you walked.
What are we saying?
Yeah, about half a mile.
I'm skeptical. What do you guys think?
I thought you was Daniel. Are we going for true?
I think true.
Okay. Yeah, it goes against everything that I say and believe in.
I can't say.
I feel like it could be a lie, but I feel like everyone is saying it's true. So
we're saying it's true.
Yeah, but your opinion matters. On the last one.
Where is Natalie gone? Oh, there she is. Here we go. There you are.
So guys, are we saying true or false?
True, I guess.
Charlene, do you agree with that?
Yeah, let's go for true.
I haven't got time to work out the maths. That's the thing. But
Okay.
yeah.
Lee, true or false?
It's false.
Oh!
Sorry, Maddie.
Yep. It
I
is
totally
false.
believed you.
I totally believed her.
Now, to be absolutely fair, I did run a half marathon that year. I've done both Birmingham, Brighton, and Bath half marathons. I have applied for London Marathon through my running club. I didn't get it that year, and I haven't run with a rubber dinghy on in the past. So a lot of what I was telling you was true. And Martin, if you're wondering why I wasn't looking down, I kind of cheated a bit. I had a post-it note with all the details on.
Ah.
I did say it sounded like it was half true.
Yes.
You did. I'd give a thumbs up there.
Bits were right.
Oh,
Yes.
Bits were true though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bits were true. Bits were true. The best way to tell a lie is to tell as much the truth as you can. And I'm in a permanent grudge match with my sister over running.
oh, is
See?
it a bit too true to be a false though? That's the question.
Oh,
What do we
I
think?
didn't run in London.
Well, the thingy, the grudge with the sister, that was definitely true. That was obviously true, and obviously you just said it's true. There was real emotion in it. So,
Thanks. Yeah.
but you
I
said
feel
you-
like the biggest point of it is the dinghy, and that
Yeah.
was true, except it wasn't
Well,
for a full
to be fair,
marathon.
the
it
dinghy
was
was
for
a 10k down the local canal.
Yeah, that's quite a long way
And
to
there's
run.
no way
dinghy.
I would want to do that for an entire marathon.
I don't know.
was that.
I'm skeptical on that one. I'm tempted. I'm tempted to do a rematch.
So can I just say, so it wasn't 26 miles? Is that the bit that was a lie?
Yes.
yeah.
I said that. I said a quarter of a mile. Oh my gosh.
I think the maths was okay though. Like the timing she got was all right, but not true. So
Yeah.
I think I think a rematch, because we do need to make sure that like the real point of the story, which I think is the long distance run with a rubber dinghy, is got to be complete. Like if you said I swam the English Channel with a 4 kilogram weight on each foot, and then you're like, actually I only did the Thames, which is don't ever do that. You know, it's like, well, the story's true. It's just some slight details change. I don't know. What do you think, Cordelia?
Well, my issue is I would normally come to you with this kind of problem. And I normally say, Caroline, we've got a bit of an issue here. I don't know what to do. And you would just know what to do.
I'm voting.
I'm quite up for a rematch.
I'm up for a
Free
rematch.
Same time next week.
No.
Because
Can we?
I think Jennifer would appreciate a week off trying to find people.
That's quite convenient, isn't it?
I won't be here.
Yeah,
Martin
you're
would be here.
replaceable.
Oh, Caroline.
Oh,
I love you,
No one
Martin.
can
guys,
replace.
I'm happy to do the
Nothing.
week after, but I can't do next week. It's half term, and I am booked to go
Oh,
to
yes.
Sports World, so I'll be head first down and shoot.
Okay.
for the
What about
water.
so we can organise a rematch perhaps, but next week we'll have to have two new rebels on on the panel and a stand-in victim. Okay.
Sounds good.
So we're at an impasse, I believe. There are no winners, no losers, but we're all winners here because this is the Rebellious Business Show. It is your midweek pick-me-up, and however it ended, everyone's on a high. we fulfilled our obligation. You should all be picked up, and you. No, Martin's not happy. No, we did not win. Okay. Amazing. Thank you so much, guys. It's been lovely having you. Of course, join us next week on the Rebellious Business Show, and obviously check out any of the rebels who you think can add value to your life or business. And their links are all in the chat. Until next week, it's been an honour.